everybody's doing well tonight, this morning, whatever the case may be. Dom talk that talk back in the building, man. I'm back in the building. I'm gonna wait around till my people get in here, man. We're gonna get started right now. Donald Trump, the president of the United States, our president, Donald Trump, has claimed victory already in this war with Iran, right? He has already claimed victory, and Iran says otherwise. So we're gonna get into that tonight. We're gonna play some clips tonight. We're gonna see what the president has to say. We're gonna see what the foreign minister of Iran has to say. Iran, whatever the case may be. Yo, we about to get into it, man. Right now. We about to get into it. So the president spoke today, and he has already claimed victory over this war. He said that we have a total success already, but Iran has something different to say. So guys, hit that like button on your way in here, guys. We about to get this started right now. Let me know what you think in the chat. Do you support this war that is going on? As a matter of fact, let me actually let me uh let me actually put that in the chat real quick, man. Good morning to everybody that's tuning in. Good morning to everybody that's tuning in. Do you support? We are in Texas, by the way. We are in Texas, chat. We are in Texas tonight. We about to get started on the video. Hit the like button on the way in. Hit the like button on the way in. So we're gonna go ahead and ooh, that's kind of big. Let me try to make that smaller. All right, here we go. Here goes the president right here.
Been a very big 2 days, say, and we'll be heading back to Washington, D.C. right after this. And I'd like to wish everyone a very good evening. And over the weekend, the United States military and the Israeli Defense Forces continued Operation Epic Fury very successfully. Over the past 9 days, we've carried out some of the most powerful and complex military strikes and maneuvers the world has ever seen. You add that up to all of the other things, Midnight Hammer, getting rid of the nuclear threat from Iran, which was a big moment in history, in my opinion, and the great success we've had in Venezuela and all other places. Every place we've gone, we've had tremendous success. But while we're doing all of these things, we're achieving major strides toward completing our military objective. And some people could say they're pretty well complete. We've wiped every single force in Iran out very completely. Most of Iran's naval power has been sunk. It's on the bottom of the sea. It's almost 50 ships. I was just notified it's 51 ships. I didn't know they had that many. Didn't last very long. And these are fighting vessels. They're meant to fight, but they're not meant to fight against us.
What's up, Connor?
We continue to target Iran's drone and missile capabilities. Their drones are way down. Their drone manufacturing's been hit starting today. We know all of the places they manufacture the drones, and they're being hit one after another. Their missile capability is down to about 10%, maybe less. We're also hitting where they make missiles and where they deliver missiles. We've struck over 5,000 targets to date, some of them very major targets. And we've left some of the most important targets for later in case we need to do it. If we hit them, it's going to take many years for them to be rebuilt, having to do with electricity production and many other things. So we're not looking to do that if we don't have to. But they're the kind of things that are very easy to hit, but very devastating if they are hit. We are waiting to see what happens before we hit them. We could take them all out in one day, but it's all resulting in a 90% decline in various things, but in particular, Iranian missile launchers and 83% drop in drone launchers. As you know, the drone launchers are are pretty well shot, but we're at over 90% decline in the Iranian missile launchers, which is very hard to reproduce and very hard to get. And usually what we were able to do through great uh, equipment, a lot of smart people, as soon as they sent a missile up from a launcher, we were able to knock out that launcher within a period of 5 minutes or less,
Damn.
accurately right on the noggin. So now we have low-cost interceptors effectively combating Iranian drones, and our B-2 bombers recently dropped dozens of
That's what's up,
2,000-pound
Connor.
bombs to destroy missile launchers all over Iran and buried deep under Iranian soil in many cases. The soil was no match. And we're also annihilating the manufacturing base that the regime uses to build drones and missiles at a rate that nobody thought was possible. We're knocking them out. We know where they all are. We're knocking them out very quickly. We're ahead of our initial timeline by a lot.
I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all.
I would say
Um,
that we probably
Not everything that Donald Trump is saying is absolutely confirmed. Not everything that he's saying is absolutely confirmed. And we're gonna play a video too in about, I don't know, I guess after he finished speaking, right? We're gonna play a video from Iranian leaders saying that what Donald Trump is saying is not true. Right? They absolutely disagree that this war is over. They absolutely disagree that Israel and the United States have won this war. Right? As a matter of fact, they are calling these strikes a failure, and they are saying that you're going to see for yourself. You're going to see for yourself. All right. But a lot of things that you're going to hear the president say right now, it's just really what he's telling us. But a lot of this stuff is not really confirmed. Now they are striking Iran or Iran, right? They are sending strikes. We see that. We can see the video proof. They're sending strikes. But we're going to hear what the Iranian leaders have to say as well, as they believe that a lot of what Donald Trump is saying is misleading to the American people or to the media in general. So let's get back to it, chat. Here we go. Here we go. Shout out to my moderator, Connor, man. What's up, Connor? How you doing, brother?
probably would not have thought after a month we'd be here. In addition to the fact that we've taken out the leadership uh, twice and maybe three times. And we, as you know, we want to be involved. We don't want another president that maybe wouldn't be willing to do what I'm willing to do for the good of the world, for the good of our nation, to be stuck with a situation in 5 years or 10 years from now. So we think they should put a president in or the head of the country in that's going to be able to do something peacefully for a change. They've been doing this for 47 years, killing people for 47 years, whether it's the barracks or even the SS Cole where they were involved. Very strongly, they always denied it, but where they were very strongly involved, and all of the people that died through the roadside bombs died and are right now walking around with no legs, no arms, a face that's been so badly damaged. The Iranian regime has been attacking Americans and spreading terror for 47 years, and despite these countless opportunities to renounce their nuclear ambitions, which they had just a short while ago, they told Mr. Witkoff, who is standing right over here, they said, they actually said, we want to keep building. Essentially, in a real nutshell, we want to continue to build nuclear weapons. If we didn't knock out Midnight Hammer, if we didn't knock out their Iranian potential, if we didn't do that with Midnight Hammer, they would have had a nuclear weapon. They would have used it long before now. And at a minimum, Israel would have been annihilated. I was very lucky that we had the courage to do that we had the talented pilots and the great equipment. The B-2 bombers are unbelievable. We ordered 25 more, by the way. The newer, better version. It's we have the greatest military in the world. We have the greatest equipment in the world by far. You see that no matter where we go. You still need the people, though, to operate it and to use it. And those are the people that we cherish. Even after we obliterated their key nuclear sites in Operation Midnight Hammer, they
Good
never
morning, everybody.
negotiated
Good
in
morning.
good faith. They still continued to say, we want to build nuclear. We want enrichment at levels that were unacceptable. when they even turned down an offer for unlimited free nuclear fuel forever for civilian purposes. We had people offering them free nuclear fuel. They weren't interested in that because they wanted to build a nuclear weapon.
Mm.
So instead, the regime was trying to reconstitute its weapons program at a different site. They couldn't go back to where they were, the three sites that we obliterated, but they were starting work at another site, different kind of a site, and that was protected by granite. They wanted it protected. Granite's pretty good, but they wanted it protected by a lot deeper. They wanted to go a lot deeper, and they started the process while rapidly building conventional ballistic missiles. They were going to do it all at the same time and threatened our overseas bases and soon could have reached even our homeland. The regime's intention was to use this exponentially growing ballistic missile threat to make it virtually impossible to prevent them from obtaining a nuclear weapon. So as you probably saw, they had a tremendous number of missiles, most of which are now being used or destroyed and very unsuccessfully used because we have been able, for the most part, to shoot them all down. What incredible technology the Patriots have been.
Now the Iranians are not saying that. The Iranians are saying that they have a lot more missiles than what the United States absolutely the United States knows. Right? They're saying that they have a lot more missiles underneath the ground, underneath the bunkers, right? That the United States cannot destroy. So we're gonna hear that too once we get into the other side. But understand that Iran, Iran is not, they're not backing down, right? They selected a new supreme leader, and I don't think that he is also. I don't think he's going to be willing to negotiate with the United States either. I think he's going to continue to um, stay in the on the resistant phase, right? I think that's the way they're going to go. Now I don't know if that's going to be the right move to make for Iran. I don't even know if there will be a run next year. I don't really know because it's hard to really believe what the president is actually saying without true confirmation of a lot of these claims that he's making, right? So, but we're gonna get back into the video. We're gonna hear Iran the other side in just a minute. We're gonna hear what they have to say about this too. Get back into the video. Here we go.
Unbelievable. And other things. And the laser technology that we have now is incredible. It's coming out pretty soon. Where literally lasers will do the work of, at a lot less cost, do the work of what the Patriots are doing or what other things are doing. The situation was very quickly approaching the point of no return, and the United States found it intolerable, in my opinion, based on what Steve and Jared and Pete and others were telling me, Marco, so involved, that I thought that they were going to attack us. I thought they would, if we didn't do this at the time we did it, I think they had in mind to attack us. And if you notice, they did something which was very foolish, very stupid, I would say. They attacked their neighbors, and their neighbors were largely neutral, or at least weren't going to be involved, and they got attacked. And
And the foreign minister actually disagreed with what Trump just said right there because they asked him that question on NBC News on the interview. We're going to listen to that interview as well. But they asked him that question. They asked him, "Why did you guys attack your neighbors?" And so the foreign minister went on to say, "We did not attack our neighbors. As a matter of fact, we talked to our neighbors. We talked to the UAE. We talked to Qatar. We talked to those guys, and we informed them that we will send strikes to U.S. military bases in that are in your country." So the foreign minister, he told NBC News that those neighboring countries already knew, they were aware that the strikes were coming. So like for Donald Trump to say that they bombed their neighbors, right? The Iranians are disagreeing with that sentiment. They're disagreeing with that sentiment. So it's like it's crazy the chess moves that are being made, the allegations, all these different things that are being said. You just got to be able to go and confirm and listen to both sides and see what they're saying, right? See, because you just don't know. All right, the Iranians are pointing the finger at the U.S. and Israel. Israel is pointing the finger at Iran. Like they're both pointing the finger at each other, right? Right now, you talk about that girls' school that was hit, right? 170 plus children that were unalived at that school. The president said he don't know who did it, right? They're still investigating. So what? The United States is investigating a all girls school in Iran? Nah, that's not happening, guys. They're not even on the ground in Iran to be investigating. So you got to just think about certain things that the president is saying.
And it had the reverse effect. The neighbors came onto our side and started attacking them, and actually quite successfully. If you look at Saudi Arabia, you look at UAE, Qatar, and others, but they were strong and they were smart, but they got attacked. Nobody, when I first heard it, I said, no, somebody made a mistake. There was no mistake. UAE had over 1,000 missiles shot at it, knocked them almost all down.
You thought giving her everything would make her stay. It just made her forget you.
Right. What's up? What's up? What's up, chat? Hit that like button on the way in. Hit
The
that like
very
button.
first day I came down the escalator in 2015, I said, quote, I will stop Iran from getting nuclear weapons. And all I'm doing is keeping my promise. Think of that. That was in 2015.
He did say
I
that.
said it. It was a threat then and
He
a
did.
much bigger threat now.
I can say he
No
did say
longer a
that.
threat, not for a long time anyway. We want to keep it that way. As we continue Operation Epic Fury, we're also focused on keeping energy and oil flowing to the world. And I will not allow a terrorist regime to hold the world hostage and attempt to stop the globe's oil supply. And if Iran does anything to do that, they'll get hit at a much, much harder level. I will take out those targets that were easy and that I mentioned just before. We'll take them out so quickly, they'll never be able to recover, ever. If they want to play that game, they better not play that game. In the long run, oil supplies will be dramatically more secure without the threat of Iranian ships, drones, missiles, nuclear menace, or anything. So the Strait of Hormuz is going to remain safe. We have a lot of Navy ships there. We have the best equipment in the world, inspecting for mines. Again, most of their ships are down at the bottom of the sea, but we will hit them so hard that it will not be possible for them or anybody else helping them to ever recover that section of the world.
Damn.
In recent years, the regime and its terror proxies have launched attacks on hundreds of commercial vessels. We're putting an end to all of this threat once and for all, and the result will be lower oil prices, oil and gas prices for American families. We've done that. We've done it. We brought it very low. This was just an excursion into something that had to be done. We're getting very close to finishing that too. In the meantime, during this brief disruption, the United States is offering political risk insurance to any tankers operating in the Gulf. So we're putting up risk insurance. We'll
Um,
perhaps.
in my opinion, I don't think we're getting close as the president is insinuating, chat. I don't think we're getting close to the quote unquote objective that they're wanting to get to. Simply because Iran selected their own supreme leader, right? Literally selected the son of Ayatollah, the one that they took out, right? And so I don't think they're really getting close to the objective that they think, because if they were, right, if it was really that easy, right, it was really that a piece of cake. You sunk 51 ships to the end at the bottom of the ocean, right? You took out their air supply. You did all this. You did all that, right? These people are still like, you can go watch videos. You can go watch videos on YouTube, chat. When they selected the new supreme leader, those people were outside cheering in Iran. Thousands of people were outside on the streets cheering for that new supreme leader. You mean to tell me these people are just comfortable to be outside celebrating the new supreme leader with Iranian flags flying around? Like, no, no. This operation is not complete. It's not complete. It's not complete at all. All right. And we're going to hear that from the Iranian supreme leader here in a minute, or the foreign minister. We're going to hear that too from two different Iranian leaders. They're going to say that the Western media is misleading you guys. They are misleading you guys to think that they have completed this war. So we're going to hear that in just a minute. We're going to hear that in just a minute, chat. All right. Hit the like button on the way in, man. Show some respect. I'm just giving my opinion. All right. Just giving my opinion. You don't like it, uh, kick rocks.
Go alongside of them for protection. We don't think it'll be necessary if it is. And if they do anything, the price will be incalculable. It will be so great that they will have wished they never did it. But
Yes,
you
I
have to
am a
keep the
military
straits
expert.
flowing.
Absolutely.
With all of that, it affects other countries much more than it.
I'm a military expert. I'm also an expert shooter too. Understand that. I love Second Amendment. I'm an expert shooter too. I was an expert shooter for 8 fucking years. So yes, I am a military expert.
Does the United States doesn't really affect us. We have so much oil. We have tremendous oil and gas, much more than we need. We have Venezuela now as our new partner, great partner. It's worked out so wonderful. We're working with the administration, the president, and it's a massive source of oil, gas, everything. But we're in a very good position, but very unfair to other parts of the world, like China as an example. I mean, we're doing this for the other parts of the world, including countries like China. They get a lot of their oil through the straits. So we're doing this. We have a very good relationship with President Xi in China. I'm going there in a short period of time, and we're protecting the world from what these lunatics are trying to do, and very successfully, I might add. We're also waiving certain oil-related sanctions to reduce prices. So we have sanctions on some countries. We're going to take those sanctions off till this straightens out. Then who knows, maybe we won't have to put them on. There'll be so much peace. But when the time comes, the U.S. Navy and its partners will escort tankers through the strait if needed. I hope it's not going to be needed, but if it's needed, we'll escort them right through. And we have the greatest mine-sweeping ability. We have the greatest ships, and all of them. We know exactly where they're placed. We'll get them out of there very fast, but we hope we don't have any of that. And again, if they do that, if they play that game, we're going to hit them at a level that they have not seen before.
Mm.
So we're winning very decisively. We're way ahead of schedule. It's our military is the greatest in the world, with the greatest equipment and the greatest people in the world. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Iran's a very powerful country. They were going to take over the Middle East. If we did not hit them, they were going to take over the Middle East. They had thousands and thousands since their last hit. They had thousands and thousands of missiles and everything else. Most are now destroyed. But they were going to take over the Middle East. Those weapons were aimed at Middle Eastern countries that had nothing to do with this. They were going to take over.
I don't believe that. I personally do not believe that. I don't believe that what he's putting. I don't believe what he's putting down. That Iran was going to take over the Middle East. They had missiles pointing at their neighboring countries. I do not believe that at all. Propaganda. That's propaganda right there, President. I don't believe you. I don't believe it.
Over the Middle East, and they were going to try and destroy Israel. So we stopped it with good timing, and we're very proud to be involved in this, and it's going to be ended soon. And if it starts up again, they'll be hit even harder. Thank you very much for being here. Go ahead. Any questions?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Go ahead.
Do you approve of Iran's new supreme leader? And secondly, can you tell us more about your call with Russian President Vladimir Putin today? What
Yes.
did you discuss?
Yes, I had a very good call with President Putin. We had a lot of people on the line from our side, from his side. We were talking about Ukraine, which is just a never-ending fight. And when
If being 40 pounds overweight makes you feel uncomfortable, on Monday,
Somebody
March
say he's a
9th,
good
we
liar.
start the military charity.
look, there's tremendous hatred between President Putin and President Zelensky. They can't seem to get it together. But I think it was a positive call on that subject. And we obviously talked then about the Middle East. And he wants to be helpful. I said, you could be more helpful by getting the Ukraine-Russia war over with. That would be more helpful. But we had a very good talk, and he wants to be very constructive. Yeah, please. Yeah, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. On Iran, you called it an excursion. You said it would be over soon. Are you thinking this week it will be over?
No,
Are you
but
talking
soon.
about days?
I think soon.
Okay, and with respect
Very
to
soon. Look, everything they have is gone, including their leadership. In fact, there are two levels of leadership, and even actually, as it turns out, more than that.
Everything they have is gone, including their leadership. Mr. President, that is a lie. Everything they have is not gone. They're still sending strikes to military bases in different countries. What are you talking about, Mr. President? Everything they have is not gone. What is he saying? That's just not true. They have missiles underneath underneath the ground, y'all. That the United States they have military equipment underneath the ground that Israel and the United States cannot get to. They cannot damage those military equipments. They can't. They can't get to it. And I'm gonna tell y'all, they've already said that we don't want to get in a ground war with those guys. That's the last thing, and that's why like they asking Caroline about the ground war. Will we see United States troops on the ground? And we're gonna listen to the foreign minister. He's gonna tell y'all himself the United States do not want a ground war. They do not want a ground war on that terrain. They don't. We don't. We don't because we're gonna lose too many people, y'all. Y'all think y'all think the reporting that came out that we lost 8 U.S. soldiers, man, there's people right now that are saying like that are over there on social media saying that we've lost more than 8 people, Chad. And if we go into a ground war with Iran, it's gonna be it's gonna be tragic. It's gonna be tragic. I'm telling y'all right now. It's gonna be nasty. It's gonna be nasty. It's gonna be. I'm telling you.
Two levels of leadership are gone. Most people have never even heard about the leaders that they're talking about. So uh, it's obviously been very, very powerful. Very,
And he said we took out all of their military equipment, and we took out all of their leaders. No, you didn't, Mr. President. They just selected a new supreme leader. You missed 2 of them when you sent the strike on the compound and you hit Ayatollah. When you hit the supreme leader and you took him out, his wife, right? You took his wife out. You took his grandkids out. You took all of them people out, but you missed 2. You missed 2. 2 leaders still alive that was in the compound. So you got 2 leaders that was in a meeting with the Ayatollah when they sent the strike, and 2 of them escaped the strike. 2 of them came out unscathed, and now they just selected the son to be the supreme leader. And you think that this war is complete? No, this war is not complete. You just annihilated this man's family. You just literally annihilated his daughter, his kids, and his wife. And we think they're finna negotiate. No, they're not. Negotiation is off the table, chat. There's no negotiating. I was watching a YouTube live or a video from out of the Middle East, and they was saying like the Iranians are some prideful people. They very prideful in a good way and a bad way. These people are not about to. They're not about to fold, dog. They're not about to fold their hand. No, they are not about to fold their hand. No, and you killed, you unalived, you you literally sent the strike and hit an elementary school, unaliving 170 something little girls. Oh no! Oh hell! Oh no! This war is far from over. It's far from over, chat. It's far from over, and we gonna hear it. We gonna hear it.
Very effective.
To Cuba, you said that Cuba wants to make a deal.
Yes.
What would the United States get in return for that? And why should Americans trust Marco Rubio to negotiate it?
Well, Marco Rubio is doing a great job. I think he's going to go down as the greatest Secretary of State in history. Look at what we've done as a presidency. Look at what we've done as an administration. They trust Marco.
No, they
So
don't.
the American people trust. He's been successful no matter where he's been. He also speaks the language, which is always nice and always helpful. But he's dealing, and it may be a friendly takeover. It may not be a friendly takeover. It wouldn't matter because they're down to, as they say, fumes. They have no energy. They have no money. They're in deep trouble on a humanitarian basis. And we don't want to see that, but they were very, very bad to a lot of people, as you know, and a lot of people living the Cuban American vote, which I got at record levels. Very important. Those people are very important to me. I know what they went through. They went through hell. Some of them have gone on to be some of the most successful people in the country. Cuban American business people, some of them are like the most successful in the country. And a lot of them are friends of mine because I've been fighting this battle with them for a long time. The Castro regime was brutal, but they lived off Venezuela. Now they don't live off Venezuela. Sends them no energy, no fuel, no oil, no money, no nothing. They lived without Venezuela. They couldn't have made it. And we cut them off from everything else. So, yeah, they're going to make either a deal or we'll do it just as easy anyway. Yeah,
Hi, Aaron.
please, go ahead.
Hunt down your opponent and rage.
What's up, Aaron? How's it going?
Use this promo code to get the legendary Cheshire Cat for free.
All right, we're gonna get.
Never sue
This
the
video
person
is
who hit you
almost
after a
over.
car accident. I just got $100,000
He's answering
for an
questions right
accident
now.
I was in last month.
Let's see. All right.
Tomahawk missile likely
Hey, Karina.
destroyed that Iranian girls' school. So will the Americans, will the U.S. accept?
Oh, here it is, right here. Here it is, right here.
Likely destroyed.
Here we go.
Striking a Tomahawk missile likely destroyed that Iranian girls' school. So will the Americans, will the U.S. accept any responsibility?
Well, I
for that
haven't seen
strike?
it. And I will say that the Tomahawk, which is one of the most powerful weapons around, is used by, is sold and used by other countries, you know that. And whether it's Iran, who also has some Tomahawks, I wish they had more. But whether it's Iran or somebody else, the fact that a Tomahawk is very generic. It's sold to other countries, but that's being investigated right now.
He didn't. He question well at all. He didn't answer that question well at all. In fact, I think if we listen to it further, I think he's gonna actually blame the Iranians for striking their own school, literally. Oh my gosh, not too bad. Just woke up. I heard that. What's going on, Karina? How you doing?
Thank you. Mr. President, you've said the war is, quote, very complete, but your defense secretary says this is just the beginning. So which is it, and how long should Americans be
Well, I
prepared
think
for
you could
this
say
war
it
to last?
both. the beginning. It's the beginning of building a new country. But they have no navy, they have no air force, they have no anti-aircraft equipment. It's all been blown up. They have no radar, they have no telecommunications, and they have no leadership. It's all gone. So, you could look at that statement. We could call it a tremendous success right now as we leave here. I could call it, or we could go further, and we're going to go further. But the big risk on that war has been over for 3 days. We wiped them out in the first 2 days. When you think about it, it's incredible. We wiped out a big navy, very powerful navy. These were ships. These were serious ships. These were ships that you buy when you want to win battles. They're all on the bottom floor. The sailors are all running off their ships. They refuse to get on the ships. Uh, the Air Force is gone. Everything's gone. The missiles are down to a trickle. The drones are down to probably 25%, and they'll soon be down to nothing. We'll have where they manufactured the drones are under fire as we speak. They're being hit. So the rest is going to be determination as to my attitude, along with the people in the Trump administration, what we want to do. Thank you. Yeah, please.
Can I ask you, you mentioned you were going to waive certain additional waivers or sanctions. Can you talk a little bit more about that and address in particular?
Well, we're looking to keep the oil prices down. We went artificially up because of this excursion into a very positive thing. I mean, this was an excursion that a lot of people wouldn't have done. I knew oil prices would go up if I did this, and they
He knew oil prices was gonna go up if he did this. He knew gas prices was gonna go up if he did this. And in a minute, guys, if you guys hang around and just hang out with me for a minute, we're gonna listen to the Iranian leadership and hear them actually oppose what Donald Trump is saying about this war being complete, about they don't have any weapons, about this, about that. We're gonna listen to their side of the story too, right? Because we can't just listen to one side and just take his word for everything that he says, right? What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? But still, they ruined half of Tel Aviv, didn't they? Right? Exactly. Exactly. He's talking about they don't have any more weapons. Their leadership is gone. We wiped out their leadership. We wiped out their weapon system. That is a lie, chat. That is a lie. Lie, 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 lie. Here we go. I have been busy dealing with personal feelings, emotions. Hope you're doing well, though. I'm doing well, Dusty man, and I hope you're doing. I hope you're doing well. You're doing better, bro. We all deal with personal things in life, and sometimes we just have to, you know, take some time to ourselves and just get ourselves together. You know what I'm saying? So, man, it's all good, bro. Good to see you, Dusty, and I hope you feeling better now, man. I hope you're feeling better now. Dusty, get my email out of my description, man. And shoot me an email, man, if you ever need to talk to me about anything. Get my email out of my description, Dusty. Back to the video.
they've gone up probably less than I thought they'd go up. But I don't think anybody thought we were going to be this quickly successful. This was a military success, the likes of which uh, people haven't seen. We have the best military. We have the best equipment. We have, I believe, the best generals. We have the best. And this went very quickly. Uh, we talked about that with President Putin. He was very impressed with what he saw because nobody's ever seen anything quite like it. Iran was a very powerful military country with all of the missiles. Now, you had the double attack. You had the original attack with us in Israel, and that knocked them for a loop. Then you had the B-2 bombers, which took out their nuclear capability, and they would have had a nuclear weapon within 2 weeks to 4 weeks. And they would have used it long before this press conference, and we might have had a much different press conference.
And that's the justification right there to commence this war without Congress. That's the justification right there. That's why he's repeating that same talking point every single press conference that he have. Right? We had to take out their nuclear capabilities. They were going to strike America. They were planning on striking us, right? We had to take out their nuclear capabilities. They were threatening Israel. All of these different talking points is going to be the justification as to why he decided to proceed in this war without Congress.
So we had a press conference at all. But it's been amazing. The military success that we've had is truly unprecedented.
You said you've told your congressional colleagues that you will not sign any piece of legislation until the Save America Act is passed. Does that include the confirmation of Senator Mullen as your next DHS secretary? Does that mean a DHS funding bill? And Senator Thune said today it's not a matter of whether or not your Republican colleagues agree with the policy. It's about changing the process. In other words, getting rid of the filibuster to get there.
So in order to get it, you're going to need Democrat votes. And what we're saying is the Save America, not the Save Act, which nobody knew what it was, the Save America Act, the Save America Act. And that's voter ID. We want voter ID. When a voter, we want to be able to see a picture of the voter. We want to be able to see that the voter is legitimate. We want, very importantly, confirmation that this voter is a citizen of the United States of America. And we want no mail-in ballot scams. So we have exceptions for the military, for sick, for disabled, and for people that are away, business trips or whatever. Even vacations will be very liberal in that. We've added two things to it: no men and women's sports and no transgender mutilization of our children. We don't want it's mutilization of our children, and we don't want that. So we added those two things. We have five very
Hands-on training allows our nursing students to prepare for a career in compassionate care, right?
good points. It polls at 86% with Democrats. Think of that. The overall vote is 86%. With Republicans, it's 98%. And the only one opposed to it is a Democrat leadership because they cheat. They want to cheat. So we added those 2 points. We're going for the gold, and we're going to have to fight like hell. Now, certain things will happen. Certain things will take place. I'm here to do a great job for the country. But we don't have a country if we're going to have elections that are so corrupt and so dishonest like we've witnessed over the last period of time. You know, as an example, virtually nobody has nobody has a system of mail-in ballots like we have. No other country in
That's
the
a
world.
lie.
France went away from it. They all went, you know why? Because it's corrupt. And Jimmy Carter, when he had a commission, frankly, I think it's probably the best thing Jimmy Carter did. He said, you can't have mail-in voting because it's inherently dishonest. And it's turned out to be totally dishonest. So we're going to fight for it. Yeah.
Iran activated any sleeper cells inside the U.S. There's reports that they have pressed that trigger button to activate those cells, at least abroad.
Well, they've been trying for a long time. We've been very much on top of it. One of the things we have to do is get the Democrats to stop the Democrat shutdown, because, as you know, the apparatus that looks into that, Schumer and the Democrats have shut it down, which tells you they probably hate our country a lot. But the Democrats have to open that up. But we've got very, very good intelligence into that. We know a lot of different things that have happened that have been very bad. A lot of them came in during the Biden open border period, but we have them under, we've got them, we're watching every single one of them. Yeah, we know a lot about it. The biggest problem we have is the Democrat shutdown. We know a lot about them, but the shutdown doesn't allow us to do what we have to do.
Do you have to take him out? Does he have a target on his back?
You mean the new supreme leader? You mean the son?
How can there be an Iran?
Well, I don't want to say that, but I was disappointed because we think it's going to lead to just more of the same problem for the country. So I was disappointed to see their choice.
Thank you, sir. You've said you have someone in mind to be the new Iranian leadership, if not the Ayatollah's son. What are you looking for in that person? Are you looking at someone internal, given that you just said that their leadership has been
I like the
decimated and
idea of,
wiped out?
internal and eternal, come to think of it. But I like the idea of internal because it works well. I mean, I think we've proven that so far in Venezuela. We have a woman, Delcy, who has been, president of the country, very respected, she's doing a great job. And it's, no disruption. We had, as you remember, Iraq, where everybody got fired. The military got fired, the police got fired, the politicians got fired. There was nobody. And you know what they turned into? ISIS. And we don't want that. We don't want that. So I would like to see people that are inside go. Now they talk about the son of the Shah. They talk about other people, but hasn't been there in many, many years. We have a formula that's been very good so far, and I think it'll continue to be good. The relationship is extraordinary with Venezuela, smart country, and we've taken out 100 million barrels of oil. It's right now in Houston being taken care of and made so beautiful. And you have to see this at work. They have it's brought to the refineries. It's being refined in Houston, which is made exactly for that product. And so far, but it's 100 million barrels of oil, and now they have another 100 million barrels coming. And it's like a partnership. We're getting along so well with them. It's great for Venezuela, and it's great for the United States. Yeah, please go ahead.
Mr. President, you just suggested that Iran somehow got its hands on a tomahawk and bombed its own elementary school on the first day of the war. But you're the only person in your government saying this. Even your defense secretary wouldn't say that when he was asked, standing over your shoulder on your plane on Saturday. Why are you the only person saying this?
Because I just don't know enough about it. I think it's something that I was told is under investigation. But tomahawks are used by others, as you know. Numerous other nations have tomahawks.
Then why would you say this? Did y'all just hear what he said?
Report shows I'm willing to live with that report.
Did y'all just hear what he said? The reporter asked him, why are you saying that Iran or Iran was the one who was responsible for striking their own elementary school? And you're the only one who's saying that. Your own guys are not even saying that. You're the only one who's saying that. And what did he say? What did he say? Let's go back and listen to what he said. Y'all listen to the answer he gave. This is wow.
Why are you the only person saying this?
Because I just don't know enough about it. I think it's
Even your defense secretary.
like a partnership. We get
Listen to this. If you don't know, oh my
so
God.
well with them. It's great for Venezuela and it's great for the United States. Yeah, please go ahead.
Mr. President, you just suggested that Iran somehow got its hands on a tomahawk and bombed its own elementary school on the first day of the war. But you're the only person in your government saying this. Even your defense secretary wouldn't say that when he was asked, standing over your shoulder on your plane on Saturday. Why are you the only person saying this?
Because I just don't know enough about it. I think it's
Why are you saying that Iran is the ones that's responsible for doing it? But then you go on and say, well, I just don't. Yo, let me know if we back, man. Yo, let me know if we back, man. Let me know if we back, chat. Put a one in the chat if we back. Put a one in the chat if we back, y'all. Put a one in the chat, y'all. Let me know if y'all still here. Put a one in the chat if we back. Look like I lost my service. We back. Okay, cool. We back. We back. We back. Yeah, my service. Apparently, I'm in a bad. I came through a bad area. Hey, Sherry, how you doing, Sherry? I didn't know you was here, Sherry. We back. We back. We back. All right. Let's get back to the video. Let's get back to the video. Did nothing. Ah, am I really in a bad area right now, man? This is crazy. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? He said it's under investigation, right? Who is it? Who is it being investigated by? That's the question. That is the question. Y'all let me know if I'm back. Y'all let me know if I'm back. I think I'm in a bad area. Nobody's hearing you. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, cool. Good, good, good. Yeah, nobody's reporting me. Nobody's reporting me. It's just the bad area. That's all. We are in South. Well, not. No, 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 no. We're not South, but we're in Texas. I'll just say that we are in Texas, chat. Y'all gonna be like, what? Dom, you're in Texas? Yes, I'm in Texas. I told y'all that. I'm in Texas. I'm 100 miles away from El Paso. 100 miles away from El Paso, chat. Before we get back into the video, man, hope everybody's doing well. Let me know in the chat where you're tuning in from. Let us know in the chat where you're tuning in from. I want to see where you guys are tuning in from, chat, this morning at 3:16 in the morning. 3:16, John 3:16. Where y'all tuning in from? John 3:16. Stone Cold Steve Austin 3:16. Why Texas? I'm helping out. I'm helping out the fleet here in Texas. I am helping out the fleet here in Texas. They need some drivers up here, so I'm helping them out. So they're paying me a bonus to come up here and help out every week. Rochester, New York in the building. Rochester, New York. All right. Rochester in the building. All right. All right. Well, we got one person let us know where they are. Maybe everybody else not comfortable telling me where they are. It's all good. Anyways, we're going to get back into the video. Back into the video, y'all. Texas living overseas. Athens, Greece in the building. That's what's up. That's what's up. Hot as hell. That's what the weather's like. Hot as hell. The weather is hot as hell. That's what it's like. And you know, coming out the Midwest, I'm not used to no 88, 90-degree weather already. Nope. Not used to it. Not used to it. So it's taking me some adjusting, y'all. All right. But the president is almost finished answering questions here, guys. And then we're going to listen to some of the Iranian leadership to hear what they have to say about their thoughts on how the war is going. All right. We're going to hear from the foreign minister of Iran, and we're going to hear from another gentleman as well. I forget his position, but he is definitely up there. The supreme leader hasn't spoken out yet. Everybody is waiting on the supreme leader to come out and say something, but he has not spoken yet. And rightfully so. I mean, the United States and Israel, I mean, unalived his entire family. So unalived his father, unalived his mother, unalived his wife, his daughter. Literally, that strike that hit that compound unalived his whole family. Literally. So you can't even really expect for you can't really expect for the supreme leader of Iran to come out right away and start talking. He's probably still grieving, but he got to definitely he got to do something quick though. I mean, his country is being striked. His country is being invaded, so he definitely got to do something quick. Quick. All right, here we go.
Something that I was told is under investigation, but tomahawks are used by others, as you know. Numerous other nations have tomahawks. They buy them from us. But I will certainly, whatever the report shows, I'm willing to live with that report. Yeah, please.
You said earlier that you've already won in many.
Sounds like a answer of guilt right there. Sounds like an answer of guilt. Whatever the report says, I'm willing to live with the report. Man, just say y'all made a mistake and you hit that elementary school and unalived all those little girls. Just say it, man. We ain't stupid, President. We are not dumb, man. Just come on out and say it, man. Come on out and say it. Cause I mean, you won't. I don't know if they outright denied it or what. I don't know. I have no clue. Here we go. This interview is almost over, and then we're gonna get into the foreign minister of Iran. Hear what he has to say.
Many ways, but we haven't won enough. What do you consider enough? What's your baseline?
Where they're not going to be starting the following day to develop a nuclear weapon, where they'll look at that man and some other people from the administration and say, all right, we're not going to do it. They were not willing to say that. And when Steve called up and he said that to me, I said, well, here we go. Let's do it the hard way. But the hard way, I think, is probably the easy way. When basically I can see that they will no longer have any capacity whatsoever for a very long period of time of developing weaponry that could be used against the United States, Israel, or any of our allies. We have great allies in the Middle East, great countries that are allies. And they were staying out of it until they got hit. Someday they'll have to do a story. Why did he do that? Why did they do that? But they were going to hit them. If I didn't hit them first, they were going to hit our allies first. I believe, upon information and belief, but I believe that he was going to.
With Robinhood Gold, earn
I believe upon information of belief. What is he talking about? What is he talking about, Chad?
Anyone who takes this course.
They were going to take over the Middle East. They were looking to take over the Middle East. Now, had Operation Midnight Hammer not taken place, that was definite, because they would have had a nuclear weapon within a matter of weeks. But that took place. That was a setback. But look at the number of missiles they were able to buy and make over the last 6 months. And those missiles were aimed at various countries. And when you look at over 1,000 missiles shot at like UAE, they were looking to take over the Middle East. We got there first. We're lucky. I'll tell you what, the Middle East and those countries, very rich countries, are very lucky that I was president.
Chad, y'all let me know, Chad. This is my question to y'all. Y'all help me out. Help me understand. Do you guys really believe that Iran was looking to take over the entire Middle East? Yes or no? Was that their plan? Their plan was to take over their neighboring countries and take over the entire Middle East. Do y'all believe that? Help me understand, chat. I'm asking you guys. Maybe y'all know. Okay, we got one no. We got two no's. Don't repeat the no. If you already said no, don't repeat the no. I really want to see where you guys are with this. I want to see everybody's answer. Like, do you guys really believe that? No, no. Chat, where you at? Engage with me, chat. Let me know. I'm trying to engage with you guys. Let me know. What do y'all think? Do you guys believe Iran was really looking to take over the entire Middle East, include right in their neighboring countries? Yes or no? Not sure, but I leans to saying no. Not Iran. Okay. Okay. Four no's. Four no's. We got four no's. Okay. 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 No, because if they have done it in 47 years in modern time, they would have done it already. Okay. No, no, no. So don't nobody believe that. Okay. Don't nobody believe that. Okay. I'm trying to see if somebody actually do believe that. That's what I'm trying to get at here. I'm trying to see if some, and I would like for them to explain why they would believe that's actually true, right? Because Donald Trump says that their military. Oh, you heard him earlier in the video. He said Iran has a powerful military. They have a really powerful military. That's what he's saying. I don't know if he's saying that to 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 make what they're doing seem like such a powerful thing, right? I don't really know personally what Iran is capable of, right? But I'm hearing that they have a lot of underground weapons, a lot of underground missiles that the United States cannot get to, right? Absolutely not. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. All right. This video is almost over. We're gonna listen to this video is almost over, and then we're gonna listen to the foreign minister and what he has to say about this entire thing. He actually came out in another interview today. He did an interview a couple days ago, and then he came out and did another one today. But the new supreme leader has not spoken up yet.
Instead of somebody else. I don't think so, no. No, we get along very well on this. He was, I would say, philosophically a little bit different than me. I think he was uh, maybe less enthusiastic about going, but he was quite enthusiastic. But I felt it was something we had to do. I didn't feel we had a choice. If we didn't do it, they would have done it to us. I felt based on the negotiations that were being had by Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner and Marco and Pete and everybody was involved. I felt that they were looking to tap us along before they hit, and I thought they were going to hit. And if they hit us first, that would have been a very bad thing. In the back, please. In the back. About the straight, you mean? Yeah, well, I want to keep it open. I want to keep it good. You know, it doesn't pertain to us so much as it does to China. We're really helping China here and other countries because they get a lot of their energy from the Straits. But hey, look, we have a good relationship with China. It's my honor to do it. Yeah.
Leader, you have called him an unacceptable choice. So does he have a target on his back? And how can you say
I don't want to say whether or not he does because that would be inappropriate. But hey, look, I had a target on my back because, as you people wrote pretty well, they caught the assassin that was after me. So we just got them first, but they caught the assassin. They have him now in custody, those after me. So, you know, but people don't like to mention that, but they did catch him. And I'd like to congratulate our military, Secret Service, FBI, all of the people that worked on that, but they did. Yeah, please. Go ahead. No, go ahead, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. You promised the Iranian people you would help them, but it sounds like you're willing to end this fight after your military objectives have wrapped up. Isn't that a betrayal of
Will
the
I
people?
help them? I'd like to, if they can behave. But they've been very menacing. You know, they're great people. They have an amazing population. It's amazing, smart, brilliant, energetic. They have a great, I'd love to help them, but they have to be in a system that allows them to be helped. And right now they're in a system that only allows failure. And I don't want that. And I want a system that's not going to be attacking us. We want a system that can lead to many years of peace. And if we can't have that, we might as well get it over with right now. Yeah, please.
President, as of today, there have been 8 U.S. military fatalities associated with the war in Iran. How many American deaths are you willing to have in this war?
Well, as I said before, when you have conflicts like this, you always have death. And I was at Dover yesterday. I met the parents, and they were unbelievable people. They were unbelievable people, but they all had one thing in common. They said to me one thing, every single one: finish the job, sir. Please finish the job. And I'll leave you at that. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Finish the job. Is that really? Is that really what you'll? Is that really what you'll say? If your daughter, if your son, your daughter got unalived in a war overseas, that the other, the enemy or the other country did not start, they did not wage this war. Is that really what you'll say? Finish the job, sir. My son was just unalived for this war that we don't have any clue why we're here. But, sir, finish the job. Thank you so much, Donald Trump. for having my son unalived. Finish the job, sir. Really? Is that what you will say if that happened to your child? Really? That's crazy. That is wild. That's wild. All right, we're gonna get into what the foreign minister had to say. Guys, damn, the rain just coming down. Y'all see the rain coming down, chat? Rain on me, Lord. The rain is coming down, y'all. Here we go. Here we go. Right here, y'all. Where that video at? All right.
Minister Arachi, we thank you for your time. Who is in charge of Iran right now?
Well, thank you, Tom, for having me
Oh,
on your program.
nope, that's not it.
I think
That's not it, chat. Here we go. Hold on. Sorry about that. Bear with me for a second. That is not it.
Now to the view from the Iranian government. Earlier today, I spoke with Iran's Foreign Minister, Abbas Araghchi, who joined us from Tehran. Mr. Minister, welcome to the News Hour. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Amna. Thank you indeed.
So I'd like to ask you first about the news, the selection of Mujtaba Khamenei, the son of the late Ayatollah, who's been named the new selected supreme leader of Iran. Some say his selection is a message of continuity of his father's leadership, of continued defiance to the U.S. and Israel. Do you agree with that? Is that the message Iran would like to send?
Well, I think that is a correct evaluation. It shows that the continuity and some sort of stability at the same time.
And since his selection, has he or anyone in your leadership had any contact with U.S. officials? Is that something that he is open to talk about negotiations or a ceasefire?
Well, first of all, it's too soon, for him to make any comment. We are all waiting for his speeches and comments, which should come later on. But I don't think the question of talking with Americans or negotiation with Americans once again would be on the table, because we have a very bitter experience of talking with Americans. We negotiated with them last year in last June, and they attacked us in the middle of negotiations. And again this year, they tried to convince us that this time is different. They promised us that they don't have any intention to attack us. And they wanted to resolve Iran's nuclear question peacefully and to find a negotiated solution, and we finally accepted. But again, after 3 rounds of negotiation, and after the American team in the negotiation, said itself that we made a big progress, still they decided to attack us. So I don't think, talking with Americans anymore would be, on our agenda anymore.
Mr. Minister, this war has now entered its 10th day. I know you have said that unless there's a permanent end to the war, not a ceasefire, in other words, that Iran will continue to defend itself, continue to fight. Can I ask you, what do you believe that the U.S. and Israel are trying to achieve or trying to change with this war?
Well, actually, they tried to achieve some targets, some of their goals, but they failed. They thought that in a matter of 2 or 3 days, they can go for a regime change, they can go for a rapid, clean victory, but they failed. So I believe that, option, plan A was a failure, and now they are trying other plans, but all of them have failed as well. And I don't think they have any, any realistic, end in their sayings, in their actions. They have just started to attack us blindly. They are attacking today. They attacked, residential areas. They attacked hospitals. They attacked.
All right, I think I'm in a better area now. I think I'm in a better area. Sorry about that. I now have 5 bars of reception service, so we should be good now. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not, but we should be back and ready to roll. We should be back and ready to roll right here.
After 10 days, I think they are, aimless.
I do want to ask more about the oil prices. As you mentioned, there have been widespread disruptions in the delivery of oil in the Persian Gulf. We're seeing prices here in the US start to rise as well. Do you believe that you can pressure the US and Israel to stop their attacks by slowing or stopping oil production as well?
Well, this is not our fault. This is not our plan. The oil production, the transportation of oil has been slowed down or stopped, not because of us, because of the attacks and aggression made by Israelis and Americans against us. So they have made the whole region insecure. And this is why the tankers, the ships are scared, pass through the Strait of Hormuz. We have not closed that strait. We have not. We are not preventing them to navigate in that strait. But this is the result of the aggression by Israelis and Americans, which has made the whole region insecure, unstable, and the consequences are huge for not only us but for the whole region and now for the international community.
Iran has, though, hit multiple oil facilities in other nations, in some of the region's top producing nations, in fact, Saudi Arabia and Iraq and Kuwait. And we heard from your top military spokesman today who said, if you can tolerate oil at more than $200 per barrel, continue this game. So is limiting oil supply part of your strategy here?
Well, actually, this is a war imposed on us. And what we are doing is only defending ourselves. We are facing an act of aggression, which is absolutely illegal. And what we are doing is the act of legal and legitimate. We have already warned everybody in the region that if the US attack us, since we cannot reach the American soil, we have to attack their bases in the region, their facilities, their installations, their assets. And as a result, the war would be spread into the whole region. So this is the consequence of the U.S. aggression against us. We are not responsible for that.
I do want to ask you about another recent strike that killed more than 170 people in Minab in southern Iran. It was at a girls' school. We've heard from President Trump, who said this weekend he denied any U.S. involvement. On Saturday, he actually said, based on what I've seen, that was done by Iran. You have said that strike would not go unanswered. What did you mean by that?
Well, this is ridiculous. I think all U.S. medias and different sources from American intelligence and American media, everybody have admitted that this is done by an American missile. There are footages of that. The footages are analyzed by neutral sources, and it is now a consensus that the attack is made by the United States, and they are in charge of the killing of 168 school girls who were absolutely innocent. They had sat in their classrooms, and all of a sudden they were killed by American military.
And we've heard from the Secretary of Defense an investigation is ongoing, but in saying that strike will not go unanswered.
So he said 168 schoolgirls was unalive. I've been hearing different numbers on that. So he said 168. But chat, I want to continue this live chat, but I don't know. I think this rain, I'm looking at this thing on my other phone. I think this rain is about to pick up. So and the service is kind of choppy too, in and out. So we'll come back at another time, y'all. Sherry, it was good to see you, Sherry. I know it's been a while since I've been live. A few days, couple days, whatever the case may be. Um, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut this live, and go from there. And I'll come back. I'll come back once I make it to my destination. I'm like an hour out. So once I make it to my destination, I'll come back on because I gotta shut down where I'm going anyway. So I'll come back on and we'll continue this on later on. Thank you, Sherry. I appreciate it. Thank you, Alan. Alternate account. Deliver the ice cream today? Nah. But I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for hitting that like button, man. Thank you to my new subscribers. I appreciate you guys. Come back and see me sometime. I'll be live in about uh, 2 hours. See you guys in about 2 hours. All right. Peace out.